already a three-time winner. That's Doug Shores in the number 51. Starting third on the outside in the number 4 will be Lloyd Washburn. Row 4 to the inside out of Kennebunk, Maine, Dave Bath in the number 5. To his outside, the 99 is driven by Steve Wilson. Next on the grid, the 65, Rocky Yargo. The number 24 is driven by Rex Garrett. And the 1X on the outside, first time out, former late model competitor over the years here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. That's Jimmy Brown in the 1X. 10 laps on tap, heat number 1 for the Super Sportsman. Flagman Eddie Wall channeling the flags. He gives the drivers the all clear, asks them to hold it even to turn 4. So pick it up a little, and the green is out. Mitch Brown from the front row. Problems on the number 18 of Jerome Bushy as he is quickly off the pace. Mitch Brown, your leader in the 04. Then comes the 92, Tim Wing. Here comes Doug Shores to the outside in the Ford, the number 51. Tim Weeks making it a 3 wide for an instant out of turn number 4. Doug Shores, Phil Weeks on the move on the outside as they challenge Tim Wing for that runner-up position. Once again, Mitch Brown, your leader in the 04, the Mopar. We have one lone Mopar in the field. That's the 04, one lone Ford product. That's the number 51. Doug Shores on the move. Youngster out of Falmouth, Maine. 3-time feature winner thus far in 1993. Doug Shores will take it over on the backstretch. Number 51, your new leader. The battle now is for third. Tim Wing and Phil Weeks mix it up just a little bit. Wing will hang on a position number 3. Now Weeks is in a battle with Dave Bath for that 4th place position. Flagman indicates they will be at the halfway point this time by. 5 down, 5 to go, and it's all Doug Shores at the point. Phil Weeks going to take an attempt again at that 3rd place position as he moves to the outside of Tim Wing's number 92. Phil Weeks, the 1992 Rookie of the Year in this Super Sportsman division. All kinds of pressure for Mitch Brown now as he has Tim Wing on the inside. He has Phil Weeks to the outside. Here comes Dave Bath going to enter that challenge for that runner-up position. 4-way battle now for who's going to be second. Starter indicates just 2 laps to go this time by. Scramble for position number 2. It continues to be Mitch Brown in that runner-up position, followed by Phil Weeks. Tim Wing not going to give it up. Trying to hang on to that 3rd place position now as he battles to the low side of the number 9. White flag is out 1 lap to go. Doug Shores by himself at the front. We'll see the checkered flag come down as he captures heat number 1. It is a scramble. Mitch Brown, Phil Weeks, look like Dave Bath and Tim Wing. Your top 5. Once again, heat number 1 in the Super Sportsman division. Row 3 to the inside, David Sprague in the number 1 to his outside, Willie Elliott in the 08. Row 4, David Ward in the number 80. The 03, Steve Howard. Next on the grid, the 27 is driven by Richard Pelton. The 86, Rob Herrick. And on the back row, the rookie who's been leading the point standing much of the year in the number 14 is Donnie Culprit, but he handed it over to the 1992 champion in this division, who sits to his outside. That is Kevin Durgan in the number 7, current point leader and defending champion in this Super Sportsman division. Flagman says hold it even at turn 4. Green is out. Brian McClure from the outside. If you have missed Brian McClure over the last 2 weeks here at the Speedway, that's because that young man just got married and makes his return tonight, and I'm sure he'd like nothing better than to grab a feature event here again tonight. Brian McClure shows the way in the number 25. Then it's Tim Maloney in the 69 right at his back bumper. Willie Elliott and Danny Palmer go at it. David Ward on pit road already with the number 80. Willie Elliott sideways out of turn number 4. Willie Elliott, one of the real veterans here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway in the Rod Moody prepared 08. Former modified competitor here for years at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Dirt tracking is not unfamiliar to Willie Elliott. Continues to be a two-way battle at the front. Brian McClure has the point in the number 25. Last week's feature winner Tim Maloney at the back bumper trying to find a way to challenge McClure's number 25. These are your high point men in the Super Sportsman division. Cars are lined up on a kind of a handicap system. The more points a driver accumulates by finishing high up in the finish, that driver accumulates more and more points and starts further and further back. So that is the challenge. David Ward back from pit road in the number, Darrell Ward rather, in the number 80, Darrell Ward. Order remains the same at the front. It's Brian McClure holding off. Hard charging Tim Maloney in the 69, then Willie Elliott in position number 3. Then comes Danny Palmer, and Ed Strong rounds out the top 5 in the number 10. Ten-lap qualifier winding down now. Flagman says it will be 2 to go this time by. White flag is out. They are in their last lap. Brian McClure looking to wire heat number 2 in the Super Sportsman division. Will do so, followed by Tim Maloney, Willie Elliott, Danny Palmer, and Ed Strong, your top 5. Donnie Whitten in the 83, the 00 Wayne Poland, the 67 Larry Vos, the 98 Dave Jackson, Chuck Willoughby in the number 82, and Danny Bubar behind the wheel of the number 24. 15 laps on tap. Limited Sportsman Heat number 1. Assistant starter Junior Niles handling the flags for the Limited Sportsman first qualifier. Gives the drivers the all clear as they stage on the backstretch. Once again, 15 laps on tap. These are the lower point Limited Sportsman eligible for starting position in the Limited main. Blackman's just picking up just a little bit, and the green is out. Paul Holstrom in the 58 will show the way from the pole position. Rick Tibbetts follows him in that runner-up position. 3 wide now on the backstretch. A battle. 3 cars take it 3 wide down into turn number 3. Tough way to do it on this 1/3 mile oval. Rookie Tom Hoff out there in that 3rd groove. Black flag is out. We'll get a reading on that in just a moment. Black flag is for the 82 of Chuck Willoughby. Evidently something amiss in the car, dumping some fluid on the track. Once again, Paul Holstrom in the number 58, your leader. Then comes rookie Rick Tibbetts in the number 1. John Maycomber races to 3rd in the 96. Then comes Robert Bodwell in the 56. And Alan Burraby in the number 50. Robert Bodwell way up at the top of the track, and with that he could lose several positions. Fifth place now in the hands of Andy Gayu in the number 92. Paul Holstrom, just a breakaway at the front. Not very common in this division, as the competition has been very, very tight. It was only last week that we finally got a repeat winner in the limited sportsman division. Caution flag will prevail here as we have a car at the low side of turns 1 and 2. Looks like the 81 of Tom Huff. A night to remember for our junior fan winners. Hey, they tell us that 50-50 is up to the vicinity of $1,200. So going to be a great night, already up to the vicinity of $1,200. Remember, at any lull in the program, if you haven't gotten your lucky ticket, hey, it might be your lucky night. But right now, we're ready to restart. We have 7 laps down. Assistant Stardust is picking up just a little bit. He's going to give them the green before they get to turn 4. Kind of a slow start. And once again, Paul Holstrom, the number 58, will show the way. This time, Alan Burraby right up the inside to the runner-up position. Coming to the halfway point of heat number 1 in the limited sportsman division. On the move, Larry Vos in the number 67 as he takes a bid to the outside of the 83 of Donnie Whitt. Larry Vos, always a hard charger in the 67. He will take Danny Bubar along with him in the number 24. Danny Bubar, another strong runner. New car for Danny Bubar as of last week. Well, we have George providing some goodies here coming out to fans. Now, if you get one of these lucky golf balls here, or whatever they are, hang on to them, because we've got some goodies in store later on for those people who were lucky enough to get one of those balls that were just tossed out there. Meanwhile, back at the point, some pressure for race leader Paul Holstrom as Alan Burraby is at his back bumper. Smoke begins to pour from the number 96 of John Maycomber. So problems on the number 96 as he is off the pace, taking it to the infield apron. So a tough break for John Maycomber tonight, as mechanical difficulty will sideline the 96 in his qualifier. On the move, Danny Bubar, the number 24. Remember, he came from the very last starting position. Danny Bubar now up to occupy the 5th place position. 2 laps to go. Problems on the number 1 of Rick Tibbetts. Right flat, flat right front tire on the number 1. Somebody said easy for you to say, right? White flag is out there in the last lap. Continues to be Paul Holstrom, followed by Alan Burraby. Then it is the 56, Robert Bodwell, with all kinds of pressure from the number 24 and Danny Bubar. And here comes Larry Vos and Ryan Shepard. Checkered flag is out. It will be Paul Holstrom's race, followed by Alan Burraby, Robert Bodwell, Danny Bubar, and 5th place. It looked like Larry Vos by a bumper. Alton Meserve in the 08. Next on the grid, rookie Todd Fitz in the number 55 and the 93 of Dave Langless. Last week's feature winner next on the grid, the number 70 is Jeff Morgan. Outside of Morgan, Wayne Whitten in the 0. Next on the inside, young Steve Berry Jr. in the number 7. To his outside, it's Mike Field in the 88. Dwight Shepard in the number 39. And current point leader in the limited sportsman division in the number 94, that's Dennis Hall. 15 laps on tap, heat number 2 for the limited sportsman. Once again, these are the high point men in the limited sportsman division coming into tonight's race meet. Flagman Eddie Welch gives the drivers the all clear as they work down into turn number 3. He directs them to hold it even. We look for a start coming out of turn 4. There's the green. Jackie Roussel will lead him across the line to start this one off. Bill Panett in the number 6. Dave Lofarno in the 95 go at it side by side for the second place position. Advantage to the low side for Bill Panett. Will handle the runner-up position. Lofarno continues to look to the outside of the number 6. Then it's Jeff Severance and Tim Genren side by side for the 4th place position. Dennis Quinn and Ed Gallant side by side. And they're stacked right up right back through the pack. Highly competitive division. We had a different winner every week until last week when the young man in the number 70 captured his second feature event of the 1993 season. The 28 sideways out of turn number 4. Jeff Severance does a nice job of hanging on to the number 28. But he has to back out of it just a little bit, and that opens up the low side. Car's doing a little bump attack there on the backstretch. The driver's doing a nice job of handling that. Severance evidently with a push in the number 28 as he's finding it hard to keep the car down on the low side of the track. And with it, he is backing up to the field. 2-car battle at the front. Jackie Roussel in the 19 shows the way, followed by rookie Bill Panett in the number 6. They are putting some distance on Dave Lofarno's number 95. Then comes Dennis Quinn. Quinn always a strong competitor in this division. Then rookie Todd Fitz in the number 55 rounds out the top 5 at this point. Here comes Quinn to the inside of the number 95. He's challenging for the 3rd place position, and he will take it. He brings Todd Fitz right up the inside along with him. Now Fitz will challenge for the 4th place position. Little by little, Dennis Quinn trying to reel in the leaders, and he is definitely closing the ground, closing the gap between himself and Bill Panett. High Point then finding it a little difficult to get up through this pack of very competitive cars, guys that are very even. Take the top 16 in the class, invert the lineup, and it is tough to come up from the back of that pack. Laps winding down now. Flagman Eddie Welch indicates it will be just 2 to go next time by. It continues to be the youngster in the number 19 showing the way, Jackie Roussel. A lot of pressure from Bill Panett. And now Dennis Quinn has closed it right up to make it a 3-way. Break at the front. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Checkered flag is in the air. Jackie Roussel, Bill Panett, Dennis Quinn, Todd Fitz, and Tim Gendron, your top 5. Last week's feature winner out of Seabrook, New Hampshire, Scott Watts in the F80. Row 4 to the inside. Rookie Larry Gelinas in the number 37, and to his outside it's Tom Oliver in the number 63. And on the back row, the number 54 is driven by Rick Furnett, and the number 8, David Culprit. Heat number 1, late model sportsman, 10 laps on tap. Flagman Eddie Welch says all clear as the drivers glance back to the flag stand. Looking for a start at turn number 4. Green is out. Paul Johnson from the outside will take the point. Paul Johnson, veteran late model sportsman competitor, has had a struggle with this chassis in 1993. New chassis in the number 35, and they have really struggled with it. Get a watch on Paul Johnson here in another lap and see what kind of time he's getting tonight. Tim Land is second. In third place, Scott Watts. Watts now with a challenge for Tim Land. Watts moves to the low side, will take over that second place position down in turn number 3. Here comes Gary Pulsifer and Tom Oliver. 15.61 on the watch. Good time for the number 35 of Paul Johnson. Perhaps they've found the combination on that chassis. Once again, Scott Watts, last week's feature winner in the F80. That was an Oxford 250 qualifier. So the young man out of Seabrook, New Hampshire, has the opportunity to garner $1,000 if he can go to Oxford for the 250 and qualify for the field. If he just goes and attempts, he's going to be $500 richer. Battle is for third. Tim Land on the low side of the number 41. They go at it side by side for the third place position. Tim Land in the 16, Gary Pulsifer in the 41. Pulsifer will retake that third place position from the high side. Tommy Oliver and Barry Babb now wanting to get into the action. Tommy Oliver in the 63, Barry Babb in the 0 as they jockey for position number 5. Starter indicates just 2 laps to go this time by. Paul Johnson consistently around the 15.6 mark. Good, respectable late model sportsman time here tonight on the number 35. White flag comes down. Another good indicator that the car is dialed in quite well. The F80 was a feature winner here last week, and it was a 50-lap feature, so you know he was running good too. To take that event, checkered flag coming down. Paul Johnson, the winner, followed by Scott Watts, Gary Pulsifer, Tim Land, and Barry Babb rounds out the top 5. And the number 5, rookie Butch Buzzell. Next on the grid, the number 4, Bobby Babb. The number 91, multi-time track champion here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. That's Bob Randall in the 91. The defending track champion is in the number 33. That is Mike Johnson. And former track champion and current point leader in the number 13, Mike Mayetta Sr. 10 laps on tap. Late model sportsman heat number 2. Flagman Eddie Welch gives the drivers the all clear. They bring it to turn number 4. Green is out. Chris ruled by a fender as they cross the stripe. Bobby Libby right back to draw it even at turn number 2. They go side by side down the backstretch into turn number 3. Couple of hot shoes in this division. Rookie Chris Rule already a feature winner. Bobby Libby always a hard charger. Gary Johnson in the 53. Andy Liu. Mike Mayetta Jr. 5 cars vying at the front, side by side, wheel to wheel, they go at it. 15.7 the time as they go side by side. Chris Rule in the 14, Bobby Libby in the 34. Libby puts a fender ahead down into turn number 3. At turn number 4, they're side by side again. Side by side across the stripe. Sideways, the 14 has to back out of it just a little bit. The advantage to Bobby Libby from the outside. 14 got a little loose in turn number 4. Chris Rule did a nice job of straightening that car out without having it get out from under him. At the halfway point indicates starting Eddie Walsh. 5 down, 5 to go. Mike Mayetta Jr. now to the outside of Andy Lude. They go at it side by side for the 4th place position. Bobby Libby, the Libby crew, another one that struggled early on to find the combination on that chassis, but they seemingly have it dialed in here tonight. 15.57 last lap on the number 34. Chris Rule up high now. That will open up that inside groove as Andy Lude will take over position number 3. Here comes Butch Buzzell to position number 4. Buzzell having a great rookie year along with Chris Rule and the number 14. Rule is off the pace. Backs right out of it. Hopefully nothing serious on the 14. White flag is down. Bobby Libby by himself. Then it's Gary Johnson, Andy Lude, Butch Buzzell, and Mike Mayetta Sr. Checkered flag is down. Bobby Libby, Gary Johnson, Andy Lude, Butch Buzzell, Mike Mayetta. The number 25, last week's semi-feature winner, Kevin Buck. The 77, Rick Libby. The number 2, Forrest Boucher Jr. Jay King in the number 18. And Eric Booker in the number 62. Once again, limited sportsman semi-feature. Several cars making their first appearance in 1993. Among them, Rick Libby in the number 77. I believe that's his first night out. Also for the 62 of Eric Booker. Assistant starter Junior Niles handling the flags for the semi-feature. He gives the drivers the all clear. Pace car will make its way onto the infield pit road. Gene Terrio and Tom McKean will bring the field to turn number 4. Flagman says hold it even. At turn 4, the green is out. Gene Terrio to the point, followed by Paul Driscoll. Then comes Tom McKean. Don Tapley. And on the move, the number 61, Gordon Nelson. Nelson, a veteran here of racing at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway for a number of years. Nelson quickly to position number 3. Paul Driscoll takes a look to the outside of race leader Gene Terrio. Quite a mix of veteran drivers who have been away for a while and come back, and some brand new drivers. Paul Driscoll takes it over out of turn number 4. Driscoll in the number 90. Here comes Gordon Nelson to the runner-up position. That drops Terrio back to position number 3. Don Tapley is 4th, and now Steve Perry in the 5th place position. Gordon Nelson takes a look to the outside of the number 90 of Driscoll. Also on the move back in the pack, Donnie Morse in the number 75 as he is up now to that 5th place position, getting to the low side of the number 27. Meanwhile, back up front, Gordon Nelson continues to look to the outside of the number 90. Continuing his march to the front, Donnie Morse takes over position number 3 in the number 75. Challenge once again, Gordon Nelson trying to set up to the outside of the number 90 of Paul Driscoll. They go down into turn 1. Nelson trying to draw it even. He's up halfway up to the outside of the number 90. Continues to be Paul Driscoll, your leader. Starting indicates we are at the halfway point. Challenge continues to be waged by Gordon Nelson in the number 61, trying to find a way to get up and challenge. Forrest Boucher gets the number 2 car turned about here, backs it down to the infield apron, and that will put the field under caution. Forrest Boucher Jr. in the number 2. His dad, a competitor here many years ago in store. Right now, we are ready to get this limited sportsman semi-feature back to green flag racing. The pace car makes its way back onto the infield pit road. Blackman says hold it even. At turn 4, green is out. Paul Driscoll on the low side. Gordon Nelson to the outside. They go at it wheel to wheel at turn number 2. Nelson puts a fender ahead down the backstretch into turn number 3. Paul Driscoll draws it even into turn number 4. Here they come. Side by side. Across the stripe. Dead heat. Caution flag right back as we have a wheel off a car off the top of turn number 4. And let the experts put on the great show for you just a little bit later on. Right now, they're ready to get it back to green flag racing at turn 4. Green is out. Gordon Nelson puts a fender ahead from the outside. Gordon Nelson will take it over as they work the backstretch. That drops Paul Driscoll back to second. Donnie Morse is third. Don Tapley goes fourth. And the 85 is in fifth place position. That is Scott Chapman. David Raymond up now to challenge for that fifth place position. Raymond in the number 3. David Raymond on the move in the number 3. He is up to challenge Don Tapley now for that fourth place position. Also on the move, Donnie Morse in the number 75 as he takes a look to the outside of the number 90 of Paul Driscoll. Starting indicates just 2 laps to go next time by. Donnie Morse from the outside will take over the second place position. Morse working his way out and around the 90 of Paul Driscoll. Also continuing that march up the outside, David Raymond in the number 3. White flag is out. Checkered flag in the air. Gordon Nelson, Donnie Morse, Paul Driscoll, David Raymond, and Don Tapley Jr. Your top 5 in tonight's Limited Sportsman semi-feature. And Steve Howard in, Dave Sprague in the number 1. Then comes Willie Elliott in the 08. Darrell Ward in the number 80. Steve Howard in the 03. Richard Pelton behind the wheel of the number 27. The 86 is driven by Rob Herrick. The number 14, Donnie Culprit. The number 7, Kevin Durgan, defending champion here in the division and current point leader. 2-time winner. Sits to Durgan's outside. That's Tim Maloney in the 69. Mitch Brown in the 04, Steve Wilson in the 99, Rocky Yargo behind the wheel of the 65, Rex Garrett in the 24, and Jimmy Brown in the 1X. Flagman Eddie Walsh says all clear. Points to turn number 4, and we are off. Tim Wing from the high side. Doug Shores quickly to the second place position. Dave Bath brings it to third from the high side. Also on the move, Brian McClure quickly to the outside of the number 18 to challenge for fourth. 3 wide out of turn number 4. Doug Shores quickly assumes the point. Dave Bath to the runner-up position. Tim Wing up on the high side for position number 3. Brian McClure goes fourth. Phil Weeks races to position number 5 as they work through turns 1 and 2. Car battle at the front. We have a car sideways off the top of turns 3 and 4. That's Lloyd Washburn. Smoke from the right front of the Steve Howard car, the 03. Back in traffic. Also problems on the number 4 of Lloyd Washburn as he is apparently headed back to pit road. Steve Howard. Problems on the right front. Hard to tell whether that is just tire smoke or something in the engine compartment. Continues to be Doug Shores and Dave Bath at the front, a 2-car battle. Then comes Tim Wing, Brian McClure, and Phil Weeks. And a long gap back to the 6th place position now in the hands of Willie Elliott in the 08. Yellow flag as we have a car right just outside the entrance to pit road at the top of turn number 2. Flagman gives them the all clear as they work the backstretch. We have 7 laps down of this 30-lap event. Pace car on the infield pit road. Green is out. David Bath with a slight advantage as they cross the stripe. Dave Sprague off the pace as something is amiss in the number 1. And he grinds to a stop just beyond the start-finish line. That will immediately put the field back under caution once again. Evidently something has given out on the number 1. Sprague trying to refire the car. He gets it refired. We're ready to get it back to racing here. So we'll hold on that for just a moment. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear. Doug Shores on the pole, the number 51. Dave Bath to his outside. They bring it to turn 4. Green is out. Doug Shores with the advantage from the low side. Tim Wing to the low side of the number 5 as he challenges for that runner-up position. Brian McClure looking for racing room on the high side. Once again, Doug Shores looking to stretch it out at that point position. Young Tim Wing doing a great job in the runner-up position. Sophomore driver Tim Wing in the number 92. Part of a season under his belt in 1992, so he is still looking to get a full season of competition in this division. Dave Bath goes third, then it is Phil Weeks. Now Brian McClure up to the outside of Willie Elliott. They will battle for the 5th place position. Spin on the backstretch. The number 24 of Rex Garrett, he gets it right back underway. and the field stays under green. Shores with a rather comfortable lead, but things tighten up from position 2 right on back. Tim Wing doing a nice job in the second place position. Gets it a little sideways out of turn number 2. Phil Weeks is third, then Willie Elliott and Ed Strong rounds out the top 5. Coming to the halfway point. It will be 15 down, 15 to go as they cross the stripe this time. It is all Doug Shores at the front. No pressure on Shores, but quite a different situation for young Tim Wing in the number 92. Willie Elliott now finds a way out and around Phil Weeks. So Willie Elliott now your third place competitor. Phil Weeks back to fourth, and Ed Strong continues in the fifth place position. Top 5 remain the same. Doug Shores, Tim Wing, Willie Elliott, Phil Weeks, and Ed Strong. Pressure now for Ed Strong as Richard Pelton searches for a way to challenge the number 10. Pelton in the number 27. Then comes Tim Maloney in the number 69. Two-time feature winner thus far in '93. Well, it continues to be Doug Shores by himself. Now the challenger for Tim Wing is veteran Willie Elliott. Flagman indicates just 5 laps to go. Willie Elliott now dives to the low side of the number 92. We'll have to deal with the number 65 of Rocky Yargo. Tim Wing way up high. Willie Elliott right down on the rail, and Willie Elliott will take the position. So the slow car came into play there as Willie Elliott becomes the second place contender, drops Tim Wing back to third. Now Phil Weeks continues in fourth, and Ed Strong in fifth. Flagman indicates just 2 laps to go. Doug Shores making it look easy in the number 51. Comfortable margin over Willie Elliott. White flag is down, 1 lap to go. checkered flag in the air. Doug Shores captures his 4th feature event for 1993. Willie Elliott is 2nd, Tim Wing 3rd, Phil Weeks in 4th, and Ed Strong rounds out the top 5. Well, an outstanding run by the youngster from Gorham, Maine in the number 92. Tim Wing making his most impressive run of his young career in a super sportsman. Doing a great job tonight, finishing in the 3rd place position. And a strong run by Willie Elliott. But tonight, once again, the super sportsman main event belongs to the man in the 4th Thunderbird. Tonight, the number 51 is sponsored in part by Roe Ford, along with Keniston Enterprises, GNR Automotive, Wilshire Farms, and Ricky Racing Collectibles. Doug Shores returns the colors to flagman Eddie Walsh, and in just a few moments he'll be out of the number 51, and we'll get a chance to hear from tonight's feature winner. Let's go trackside now to Dave Sturgis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into victory lane, Doug Shores. Congratulations, Doug.
Oh, thanks a lot. That's a pretty good race. This seems like an easier one for me, but no, it helps starting up front. I got to thank the crew. They've been doing a great job keeping the car going, and the tires worked out good for us tonight. And I got to thank my sponsors, Roe Ford and Keniston's and Ricky Racing Collectibles, Cumberland Salvage, Buco Starter. There's a bunch of them giving us a hand. We really appreciate it.
Well, tonight's sponsors, Nappy Distributors, with your 4th first place trophy is Elmer Alcott from Nappy Distributors. Elmer?
Well, congratulations, Doug. I don't think anybody could ever catch you, and probably if you had another 25 laps, you would have lapped the field. You were running good tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Doug Shores. Send it back upstairs to Bruce Elder. Bruce?
Okay, thank you, Dave. We have a page for Larry Vos. Larry Vos to the pit area, please. If you are on this side of the speedway, they need you at the car because the limited sportsmen are ready to roll on pit road. Mike Field in the number 88. Steve Berry Jr. in the number 7. The 39, veteran Dwight Shepard. The number 94, current point leader Dennis Hall. The number 70, last week's feature winner, Jeff Morgan, and the number 1, Rick Tibbetts. Flagman Eddie Walsh says we are ready. Points to turn number 4, says pick it up, and the green is up. Paul Holstrom quickly at the point. Then comes Tom Huff. On the move on the outside, Robert Bodwell. Bodwell back after some serious damage to the number 56 2 weeks ago. Now in 3rd, Jim Shaw in the number 16, Joe Grant in the number 9. Battle is for 4th. Joe Grant going to take it over. Andy Gayu comes to position number 5. We have a spin in turn number 2. Steve Berry in the number 7. He gets it back underway. The field stays under green. Well, Paul Holstrom and deja vu for the qualifier to the feature event as he is stretching out a quick and comfortable lead over the rest of the field. Rookie Tom Huff in that 2nd place position. Robert Bodwell now with a challenge to the low side of the number 81. Gets the door closed and he will have to back out. Robert Bodwell continues to pressure Tom Huff in the number 81. Finds the room on the low side, and Robert Bodwell takes over the runner-up position. Tom Huff back to 3rd. Then it is Joe Grant in the number 9. Andy Gayu now with a challenge from young Ryan Shepard in the number 34. On the move, Ryan Shepherd and Danny Bubar coming right with him on the outside. Ryan Shepherd now looking to the outside of the number 81 of Tom Huff. Danny Bubar right at his back bumper as they are trying a march up the outside. Ryan Shepherd in his sophomore year of competition, a real strong rookie in the 1992 season. He is the son of veteran racer Dwight Shepherd. Dwight Shepherd in the 39. Well, this is a night for the youngsters to do well, because I'll tell you, Tom Huff in that number 81 is making it tough for Ryan Shepherd and Danny Bubar to find a way around it. And he is just a rookie. Continues to be Paul Holstrom by himself. Robert Bodwell about a half straightaway behind, and then about another half straightaway back to Danny Bubar, who now occupies position number 3. Ryan Shepherd is 4th and Tom Huff 5th. Well, things tighten up from position 5 on back. Rookie Tom Huff now has Larry Bose in the outside groove. Joe Grant to the low side. Larry Bose taking over position number 6 right at the halfway point. We have 15 down, 15 to go. And a scramble from position 5 on back. High Point men trying to break up from the back of the pack. And they have had a tough time to shake 3 of the back rows tonight. Side-by-side battle now for the second place position, as Danny Bubar has gotten up to challenge Robert Bodwell for that runner-up position. They go at it wheel to wheel. Robert Bodwell in the 56 on the inside. Danny Bubar in the 24 to his outside. They go at it side by side. Danny Bubar puts a fender ahead down into turn number 1. Robert Bodwell not going to give it up, draws it right back even on the backstretch. Down into turn number 3, the 24 with the advantage. Danny Bubar finally squeezes that 24 out and around the 56 of Robert Bodwell. And now we'll have a chore to rein in race leader Paul Holstrom. Caution flag on the field. And that will close things up considerably. Gone is that comfortable lead for race leader Paul Holstrom. He will now have to draw it even with Danny Bubar. All right, 19 laps recorded on the leaderboard. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear from atop our flag stand. And gone is the comfortable lead that race leader Paul Holstrom enjoyed, as he will have to go from an even start out of turn number 4 with Danny Bubar sitting to his outside in the number 24. Flagman says pick it up just a bit, and the green is out. Paul Holstrom by a bumper as they cross the stripe. Danny Bubar draws it even down through turns 1 and 2, puts a bumper ahead on the backstretch. Danny Bubar with a slight advantage down into turn number 3. Paul Holstrom fighting back from the low side. They cross the stripe. Danny Bubar with about a fender advantage. Danny Bubar takes it over on the backstretch. They are working in lap number 21. High Point men still hung up back at the end of this lineup. Breakaway by the top 3 this time. Paul Holstrom is second. Ryan Shepherd third. Dave Langlis is at fourth. 3 wide racing out of turn number 4. The 88 off the pace, right down next to the retaining wall. And something has gone amiss on Mike Field's car. And that will put the field under caution once again. At the number 88 down next to the retaining wall off turn number 1. He did not hit the wall. Something evidently has given out. 22 laps down. All clear from atop the flag stand. Once again, it will be Danny Bubar and Paul Holstrom bringing the field to turn 4. Green is out. Danny Bubar will assume the point. Cars tangle off the top of turn number 1. The number 6 and the 81 got hooked together. And that takes, well, the 81 to the tail end, the 6 right back on a pit road. Danny Bubar quickly assuming about a 6 or 7 car length lead over Paul Holstrom. Then comes Ryan Shepherd, Dave Langlis, and Robert Bodwell. Bodwell with a lot of pressure now from Dennis Quinn on the low side and Dwight Shepherd from the high side. Dennis Quinn in the 06 pressuring from the low side. Here comes Dwight Shepherd to the outside, challenging for that 5th place position. Also on the move, Dave Langlis in the number 93, looking for a way to challenge Ryan Shepherd in the 34. We have a spin down in turn number 1. As Todd Fitz and Joe Grant got hooked up. Grant gets turned around. Jackie Roussel spins the number 19 down to the low side of turn number 2. He gets it back underway just in time, and the field will stay green. Starter indicates just 2 laps to go. White flag in the air. Danny Bubar, Paul Holstrom, Dave Langlis, Ryan Shepherd, and Robert Bodwell, your top 5. Danny Bubar captures the main event, followed by Holstrom, Langlis, Shepherd, and it looked like Dwight Shepherd right at the finish line, capturing the 5th place position. And down to collect the colors, ready to make his parade lap, Danny Bubar. Young man out of Wyndham, Maine, who suffered probably one of the most devastating crashes here this year as he went into the front retaining wall a few weeks ago, destroying his racer. And it appeared at that time as though the season was over for Danny Bubar. Well, a About 2 weeks ago, he hooked up with Jeff Bridges. And Bridges' number 35 became the number 24, the usual Danny Bubar number. And they are ready to campaign for the rest of the 93 season. Danny Bubar returns the colors to Flagman Eddie Walsh. This car is sponsored in part by Harbor Auto Body.
Let's welcome into victory lane, Danny Bubar. Congratulations, Danny.
Thanks a lot.
Well, it must feel pretty good to be in victory lane after having contact with the front stretch wall a couple weeks back.
I'll tell you, it feels pretty good. This is only my second time in this car, and it was a heck of a shot with my other car. I wish I could have finished it out with that one, but this one appears to be a little bit stronger, and I'm happy with it. And there's a bunch of people I really need to thank. I got to thank Jeff Bridges, first of all. He gave me a chance to drive this car. It's a fast car. Can't say any bad things about it. I got to thank John McMullen, who built my chassis on the last one. He built a wicked safe car, and I'd recommend anybody to him. All my sponsors, I got Inside Out Property Services, Million Mile Muffler, Hard Cider Farm, Acme Body Shop. I got a ton of them. I can't think the name. And all the guys in the crew that crew this car right here, they're super guys. I'll tell you, they couldn't ask for a better crew.
Well, tonight, Nappy Distributors sponsored tonight's race. Elmer Alcott from Nappy Distributors with your first place presentation.
Well, congratulations, Danny. Maybe what you should do is build a new car every week. The car that runs like this. You did a super job, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate the sponsorship.
Not only did you claim first place, you also got a $50 gift contingency from Big A Auto Parts for your efforts, and maybe that can help in the long run.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Danny Bubar. It's time to give away some money. Tonight's 50-50 jackpot. If you picked up your ticket, be taken home.
The back picture of the woods. It's better. It's not as bad for your eyes. Yeah. Well, that's what they're talking on the radio about. You know, how it looks. Sounds like a little pistol going off. Ain't it better for the camera with being farther away?
Ladies and gentlemen, the late model sportsmen are lining up on the front stretch, and we are in preparation for our special salute and also our Miller American Firecracker 50. If you haven't already done so, this would be the time to make your way back to your seat.
Fellow Americans, we at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway welcome you to one of the proudest and most special evenings of our season. The Cusack family, the drivers, and the entire staff of this American institution take special pride in these United States. For only in America could such a diverse audience be assembled to enjoy such an American-made sport as auto racing. To begin our celebration, we turn your attention to the infield area, where proud members of the United States Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines will hoist our Star-Spangled Banners to full staff. This evening's presentation is more than a festive event. Tonight we celebrate. We pause to rejoice in the freedom our forefathers and their sons and daughters have fought for. We celebrate a victory that took place more than 200 years ago, a victory of independence. And we remember the hardships and struggles that this land has endured to become the leading nation on earth. To millions around the world, America remains a lantern of hope in the harbor. Tonight we celebrate freedom. Perhaps no other piece of music better illustrates our American pride than this 4th of July tradition. We present to you Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
now, ladies and gentlemen, the song of the land of the free and the home of the brave. Would you please stand with attention for the playing of our national anthem?
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
ladies and gentlemen, let's thank the management of the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway for this fine tribute to the USA. We'd like to extend special thanks. The American flags displayed have been contributed by flag wavers of North Waterboro. Gentlemen, start your engines! Once again, all clear from atop the flag stand. The lights are out atop the official pace car of the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. We look for the pace car to dip onto the infield pit road. Strout and Johnson. Fleckner looks them over. Green is out. Paul Johnson from the outside will quickly assume the point. Gary Pulsifer moves to the outside of Craig Strout now. A battle for second shaping up. Craig Strout on the low side. Gary Pulsifer to the high side. Barry Babb on the move to the outside. Remember, 50 laps on tap. Miller American Firecracker 50. Barry Babb now on the move as he takes over position number 3. Brings Tommy Oliver with him to the outside of Craig Strout. Paul Johnson seemingly finding the combination on the number 35 as he was able to win his qualifier. Quickly putting some distance on second place contender Gary Pulsifer. Pulsifer at about 4 to 5 car lengths off the back bumper of the number 35. A couple of veteran late model sportsman competitors along with Barry Babb. On the move back in the pack now. Rookie Larry Gelinas in the number 37 brings it to the outside of the number 7 of Strout. Things stacked up tight from that 6th place position on back. Things have tightened up at the front as Gary Pulsifer has reined in race leader Paul Johnson. Now takes a look to the outside of the number 35. Tommy Oliver has tightened it up on 3rd place competitor Barry Babb as the top 4 have broken away from the rest of this field. Gary Pulsifer now once again taking a look to the outside of Paul Johnson. Continues to be Paul Johnson by about a half car. Gary Pulsifer continues to work that outside groove. Barry Babb now closing it up to the back bumper of the number 35. Now Gary Pulsifer wheel to wheel with the number 35 of Paul Johnson. Pulsifer with the advantage this time as they cross the stripe. New leader as we complete 10 laps of this 50-lap event, and Gary Pulsifer has assumed the point. Paul Johnson back to 2nd. It is Barry Babb 3rd and Tommy Oliver in 4th. Then back in 5th, some distance behind that top 4, Tim Land. top point men. Hung up near the back of the pack. Mike Mayetta, current point leader. And defending champion Mike Johnson hung up in traffic, momentarily boxed in as they sit at the back of about a 5-car group, headed up by Larry Gelinas. Order remains the same in the top 4, although Tommy Oliver now with a bid to the outside of the 0 of Barry Babb. Tommy Oliver in the 63 on the move on the outside. Puts a nose ahead of the number 3, takes a look to the outside of the 35 of Paul Johnson. Tommy Oliver, former modified competitor here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, up now to the outside of Paul Johnson, making a bid for that runner-up position out of turn number 4. Tommy Oliver takes over the second place position. Barry Babb now on the move to the outside of Paul Johnson's number 35. Order swapping around among the second, third, and fourth place positions. Sure, those drivers in the last half of the lineup are saying, boy, we need a caution, as the top 4 have broken away. A spin on the backstretch. The 16 of Tim Land gets turned about down into turn number 3, and now a tangle between turns 3 and 4 will require the caution flag. Several cars involved there. The 13 of Mike Mayetta, the 54 of Rick Furnett, the F80, last week's feature winner, Scott Watts, involved, along with the 56 of Andy Lude. Several other cars able to drive away. Once again, all clear from atop the flag stand. Gary Pulsifer on the pole. Bring the field to turn number 4, and the green is out. Pulsifer, Tommy Oliver with the advantage as they cross the stripe down into turn number 1. New leader Tommy Oliver. We have a spin between turns 1 and 2. So far, everyone stays underway. And, well, caution on the field. Hey, he took the 63 on a pit road, so what a tough break for that young man who had just assumed the lead of tonight's feature event. Hit some debris in turn number 2, and they told us that was the reason why he had to take the car on pit road. Right now, all clear once again. The car's down into turn number 3. They come to turn 4, and the green is out. Gary Pulsifer, Barry Babb from the outside. Barry Babb taking it over out of turn number 2. Also on the move in that outside groove, young Mike Mayetta in the number 3. Moving to the outside of Gary Pulsifer now, Bobby Libby in the number 34. Position's gonna swap around just a bit. Barry Babb, your leader. Mike Mayetta Jr. in second. Then comes Bobby Libby, Gary Pulsifer, and Gary Johnson. On the move on the outside now, Larry Gelinas in the number 37. Defending champion Mike Johnson in the number 33. Bobby Babb and Butch Buzzell go at it door handle to door handle. We have a spin and a tangle between turns 3 and 4 and the caution flag. Once again, cars involved there, the 91 of Bobby Randall, the 14 of Chris Rule, and up off the top of turn number 4, the 35 of Paul Johnson. Bobby Randall now will rejoin. Blackman looks him over, and the green is out. Barry Babb and Mike Mayetta Jr. side by side down through turn 1. They bring it to turn 2 and the backstretch. Young Mike Mayetta by a fender down into turn number 3. Babb fighting back on the inside. Continues to be young Mike Mayetta by about a fender at the start-finish line. Flagman indicates it will be the halfway point. Mike Mayetta clears the 0 to assume the point by himself. Barry Babb, Bob Libby, Gary Johnson, and Larry Gelinas, your top 5. Body damage to the right side of the number 91 is evidently going to take Bobby Randall back to pit road. Evidently the tire had been cut down. Young Mike Mayetta, already a 2-time winner here in 1993. Putting some distance between himself and second place competitor Barry Babb. Gary Johnson in the number 53 now is going to make a move to the low side of the number 34. That will require Bobby Libby to stay to the high side and now challenge Barry Babb. Spin in turn number 3. Bobby Babb gets it down into the infield pit road. Right back to rejoin the field then. Continues to be all Mike Mayetta. Mike Mayetta Jr., that is, in the number 3. Bobby Libby second. Barry Babb is third. Gary Johnson fourth. And Larry Gelinas fifth. Then comes Mike Johnson in the 6th place position. Andy Liu. Mike Mayetta Sr. Rick Frenette. Butch Buzzell. Unofficially the top 10. High Point men having their difficulties tonight. Mike Johnson, Mike Mayetta continue to work to find a way around our charging rookie. A spin now by Mike Johnson up in turn number 3. Mike Johnson turned about facing traffic at the top of turn number 3 will require the caution flag to fly once again. And we get the all clear from atop the flag stand. Laps down. Bobby Libby, Mike Mayetta Jr. bring him to turn 4, and the green is out. Mike Mayetta Jr. with a big jump. Gary Johnson right up the inside now to challenge for that 2nd place position. Once again, Mike Mayetta Jr. trying to stretch it out, has about a 2-car length lead, now about a car length and a half over Gary Johnson. Then comes Bobby Libby, Larry Gelinas, and Barry Babb, your top 5. top three have broken away. On the move now, current point leader Mike Mayetta Sr. Big burst of smoke from the F80 of Scott Watts. And that will once again put the field under caution as something is let go in the 80 car. Drivers have worked in the speedy drive. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives them the all clear. So we should be ready at turn 4. They get it back once again. Green is out. Once again, Mike Mayetta Jr. This time, Bobby Libby right up the inside to take over the second place position. Gary Johnson back to third. Then comes Larry Gelinas and Barry Babb. Challenge for that 5th place position. Mike Mayetta Sr. now works to the outside of Barry Babb's number 0. Flagman indicates just 5 laps to go when they cross the stripe this time. Mike Mayetta Jr. looking for his 3rd feature. Spin between turns 1 and 2. We have a car around facing traffic between turns 1 and 2, and that will require the caution flag. 14 of Chris Rule turned about the low side of turn 1, coming into turn number 2. Well, once again, we have the all clear from atop the flagstaff. Mike Mayetta Jr. and Bobby Libby off turn number 4, side by side across the stripe, side by side. We have a car off turns 1 and 2 once again. I believe it was the 14 of Chris Rule. Mike Mayetta Jr., Bobby Libby go at it wheel to wheel. And once again, caution will prevail. Like we said, we are ready this time. The pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. The green is out. Mike Mayetta by a bumper as they cross the stripe. Bobby Libby right back to draw it even at turn 2. They go down the back stretch to turn 3, wheel to wheel. Young Mike Mayetta with the advantage from the inside lane. Gary Johnson up to fill the inside, and that will require Bobby Libby to stay in that outside groove. 2 laps to go. Young Mike Mayetta looking for his 3rd feature event. We'll see the white flag come down. Gary Johnson now pressing at the back of the number 3. Checkered flag in the air. Mike Mayetta Jr., Gary Johnson, Bob Libby, Larry Gelinas, and Barry Babb, your top 5. And young Mike Mayetta becomes the winningest driver in the late model division thus far in 1993. First driver to capture 3 feature events in this division. Will make his parade lap, and then he'll be back, and we'll have an opportunity to hear from tonight's feature event winner. Outstanding run by Gary Johnson in the runner-up position. Bobby Libby in 3rd in the number 34. Mike Mayetta Jr. returns the colors to flagman Eddie Walsh. As he prepares to exit the number 3.
Congratulations, Mike. Thank you. Geez, feels some good. I got to start off by thanking my girlfriend, Michelle. She stuck with me through the hard times, the good times we've had this year. I'd like to thank my crew that stuck with me, Fred Sawyer, Scott Richards, Joe Campbell, Eric Walker. I got to thank my father's crew, Steve Roman, Butch Sanborn. They do a tremendous job. High Torque Racing Energy puts a hell of a motor under me. Scarborough Auto Parts, Main Lubrication, Damon and Malone Paving, Pleasant Hill. I mean, it's just feels some good. A 50 lapper, my first one. Thank God. Tell us how it feels to be blown up on your car into the season. Well, blown up don't really count at the end of the season. I just got to start finishing consistently. The crew's doing a tremendous job, like I said. Hey, we keep plugging them off like this. You never know what could happen at the end of the year.
Nappy Distributors is tonight's sponsor. Elmer Elcott from Nappy Distributors for your first place presentation.
Mike, you did a great job tonight. You looked a lot like your father out there. And congratulations on a great win.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank my grandparents, my Uncle Robbie, all you fans that come out here every week to see us. I hope we put on a damn good show for you guys. Hope to see you all next week. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a sport feature win, Mike Mayetta Jr. Send it back upstairs to Bruce Elder. Bruce, back to you.
All right, thank you, Dave. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds out our race program for tonight, and we're certainly glad that you decided to spend the eve of Independence Day here with us at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. We hope that you will drive safely on the way home. If you'd like to stay around for a bit, the main gate will be opened up shortly and you'll have a chance to go out on the track if you'd like to. Some of the competitors bring their cars out and you certainly are welcome to stay around for a bit and see some of the drivers. Now for the Cusack family and the staff here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, we wish you a good evening.